And we are live in 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir. Here we are. What's going on, guys? How's everyone doing today? Thank you for tuning in. I know it's a Friday. I know you could be doing anything else, but why would you be doing anything else when you could be listening to us?
Duh.
That's the best thing about it. Now, today we don't actually have a guest. We had a last-minute cancellation, which is a good thing in a way, because now it gives me and Dom some good conversations, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Today's guest is you guys.
Yeah,
you get to listen to us talk and ramble about and figure out life.
Yeah, I was going to say the guests were us, but yeah, you're right.
You know what, dude?
Yeah, let's incorporate them 100%. I agree. Hopefully they like today's topics. A couple things that we're going to be doing. Now, this is something that we're trying out as well, because we could have just left this out and literally been like, boom, no video, sorry, made up an excuse, whatever,
I'm not
right?
gonna do that.
But the reason why I'm actually going to enjoy this is because essentially I also want to extend and I want to do a branch where just me and you bring on anyone that wants to just come on and we could just rapid fire anything that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Literally current events and stuff like that. Because as you know, Wednesdays is the Deep Podcast with you, Dom. I'm sorry, with you and Dom.
Yeah, okay.
With you,
Have a doppelganger now?
Paula, and myself. And right there, we really go deep into certain conversations, and that's just us.
Yeah.
And then on the Friday podcast, which is the Checked In podcast, that one is just you and I.
With the guests.
Yeah,
usually.
like doing interviews with guests, so like interesting stories and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I also that's why I want to create one with you and me, and just having any guest on and that just wants to just talk about anything. Literally, it could be hot topics, it could be anything. Politics, it could be love, it could be anything.
Yeah,
really.
it's a good idea that's been stewing, and I feel like that's going to be another good one.
Truthfully.
So, I mean, we're both smart, dumb idiots, so I figure why not bring another smart, dumb idiot with us?
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. Also, too, guys, we do have some major news. I know I mentioned this in the last, maybe, I don't know, podcast. I don't remember which one I mentioned it on. But we do have some news about progress with us. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. I know I'm getting ahead of the ball, just kind of telling you guys, but it's just exciting.
Yeah, now you're just teasing them.
Yeah, I'm just teasing them just a little bit. And soon we will get video on the Checked In podcast.
It's coming, guys. I promise.
Coming. Right now we're testing it out with the Deep podcast because it's a lot easier. It's just us three sitting in one location, so the camera is just one. When it comes to the when it comes to the Checked In podcast, we need two because of angles and stuff.
We're still
like
working
that.
out some technical problems. We still don't know how to work a damn camera. So
Yeah. There's a couple things that we're coming with issues with the camera that we're using. We just need to figure out the settings properly, but we're trying. We really are. Now, to get really into what I wanted to discuss today, because we're going to be doing a couple rapid fires today.
Lay it on me.
Let's see here. The one that I actually wanted to talk to you about was the Fed Now. I don't know if you've heard about it.
You had mentioned it a little bit, but it's a little interesting on what this actually is.
Do you mind if I
No,
play
please,
the video?
please,
All right,
please,
I'm going
go
to play the
ahead.
video really quick just so you guys can kind of hear the audio. Now, if this is accurate and this is correct, then this is a very interesting thing that we all need to be paying attention to.
I definitely believe so.
Let me see here. Here we go. Here, and let's see how it sounds.
You need to say goodbye to Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, and Cash App because Fed Now is coming and you don't have a choice. Fed Now is a payment service by the government coming out in July that your bank will have to sign up for, which is the first step to make the dollar digital. Now, how does this work? Well, if you buy something on Amazon, your money won't go directly to Amazon anymore. It will first go to the Fed's account and then go to Amazon. This means the government will know everything you use your money for, and if they want to, they can reject any purchase you make, take money out whenever, and decide what you can and can't spend your money on. Yes, it will be faster for payments to settle, easier to get stimulus, and lowers costs that you have to pay to your banks, but your privacy is gone. So is it truly worth it? And guess what? You don't even have a choice to participate or not. Our banks are the ones who will decide for us, so follow me to stay tuned on the final details.
So what did you think about that? I'm hoping we don't get a copyright because of the music in the background, but what can I really do there?
Wow, that's a lot of information to take in such a short little thing. But that's, to me, I think that's a little insane, where you're just gonna allow banks and government to decide what you can do with your income. Like, I don't know about that. Like,
I don't know, bro. It trips me out because it's like one step closer to full government control if you think about it.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if the minute they control your money like that, like, I mean, what more freedom do you have?
That's true, and it's just like how they are doing it in Canada and China.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you know that.
No.
In Canada, when they were doing, I don't know if you were aware back in the day, I think it was like COVID times, when they were doing that whole truck rally, when they were like protesting, blocking the roads to everything, like the major entrances to the city and stuff like that. Well, what ended up happening is that Canada figured out like who was who, and started freezing their bank accounts.
Wow.
And pretty much their assets and stuff like that were frozen. Also, too, like in China, I forget what their system is called exactly, but for example, let's just say jaywalking is illegal, right? And in China, they have nothing but cameras. They're kind of like Britain, where there's cameras everywhere, right? So there's facial recognition, and guess what happens? They deduct it out of your bank account, saying, "Hey, you did this. We seen it. Here's the video. Here's proof. We're taking money out of your account." Like that right there. Don't get me wrong; it's convenient, but at the same time, it's kind of sketch.
Yeah.
Because if you do something wrong or you speak out that they don't like it, because remember during COVID, they wanted a lot of people locked down. They wanted a lot of people not to do certain things. But because we, cash rules, you had a lot of money. You could do whatever you want, essentially, and the government couldn't tell you shit. Now it's more like, hey, we have access to your account. We are going to freeze every assets. Shit, they could even take everything away from you if they really wanted to, which is kind of scary.
I mean, like I said, you're giving, the government access to all your wealth and income, and it's like, where do you see your freedom going now? I know that's kind of a radical thing to say, but what else are they going to do to more demoralize you than take your money? Take your assets, take your any, because at the end of the day, money rules all.
That's true.
And it's like, cool, let's just give them access to everything and then figure it out. Like, no, there's no figuring it out if that happens. It's just going to be what they want and how it's going to be.
Yeah, and that's the scary part, bro. It really is.
Like, yeah, I can understand maybe like, dude, it makes things somewhat easier. Okay, just whatever, bill, take it. Or I have a ticket, they're just going to take it. I know what's going to happen. But then what? Then what else are they going to take? They're going to take your house. They're going to take your car. They're going to do this. They're going to do that because they can. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and it's truly insane when you just really like sit there and process that the government can really do that.
And then it's, they're not even giving you a choice. It's just, hey man, banks are going to have to now do this, and essentially they're taking away the true value of a paper dollar. Yeah. So now it's all going to be digital, which I mean, they've been wanting to do that for years. So, I mean,
yeah, it's not like it's anything new. But it's also something that we don't want.
It's been talked about for years, talking about, we should just move to digital dollar, this and that, and paper money is becoming more useless.
Yeah,
but
like there is places that don't accept cash anymore.
Yeah,
it's just all card and stuff. I recently went to a car show. Technically, I went out to breakfast, and we ended up walking through a car show, and we went to go get coffee. And there was a gentleman, who's an older gentleman, who was I don't know what war he fought in, but he was a veteran, and he was trying to get a $3, $4 coffee with cash, and they said, no, we don't accept cash. And he was like, oh, okay. And he kind of like walked away, and I told him, I was like, no, come over here. I'll go ahead and whatever you want, just go ahead and I'll pay for it. And it just tripped me out how cash really didn't even entertain them anymore. It was just all tap, and that's it. Truly trips me out. Think about it.
Yeah, dude. And COVID scared everybody with cash money too. It was
dude, that was. Yeah, I agree.
I don't know.
I agree with that one. I truly do agree, and it just sucks because a lot of people, they're not awake to it,
No, not at all.
And it sucks because everyone's just like, yeah, go through the flow with it. And keep in mind, this is the same government that's $31 trillion in debt, and then they give us a lot of shit.
That's such an unimaginable number, $31 trillion.
Yeah,
just think about that.
31 trillion. And they're in charge of us.
Amen.
They're irresponsible.
Who the fuck are we in debt to? That's what I want to know.
To us. We are in debt to us.
Yeah, just keep printing money.
Yeah,
we'll be all right.
printing money and stuff.
But
yeah,
don't worry about it.
The same government.
We'll just borrow a dollar on the dollar,
Yeah, the same government that wants to take control of everything is in debt for that much money.
$1 trillion.
Does not make any freaking
But hey,
sense.
We'll put $27 million in the defense budgets every year,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry, not 27, 270.
Yeah. Something along the lines where it potentially helps us out.
Yeah. Speaking of defense, have you seen those videos of those UFOs going around?
Ooh, which one? The most recent one?
The most recent one, that guy.
No, I think it was a girl.
Oh, okay. Well, the person in that airplane, and it's. I wish I had the video because I saw it on.
Dude,
I
wish
saw
I
it on
could show you guys.
Instagram the other day, and I don't know whether to believe it or not. It looks like a UFO. It could be just because she wasn't very high, or they weren't very high in the sky. They were, you could see mountains and shit in the back, but it was like they passed right by it, and they got very good images of it.
Yeah.
It was. I want to say it was circular.
Kind of look like a traditional UFO.
Yeah, like ones that you see in cartoons and shit. But I don't know. I think that's fucking wild.
Yeah, dude. When I first seen it, I was like, okay, what movie is this?
Yeah.
And then you read it, and it says a Colombian model or something like that. Mm-hmm. And if you look at the plane that they're in, it's a propeller plane.
Yeah.
Right? I hope that's what you call it. And yeah, like it doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. It flies so fast by them.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
And I'm surprised that there was no like weird like air gust that like shook them, if that makes any sense. I don't know how to explain that, but anytime you get into aliens, bro, it's really a trip because, okay, you're gonna tell me that out of all of these solar systems that we keep finding, we're the only ones?
That's a tough question.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's naive to think that we're alone, but it's also crazy to think that there's more people out there, and it might not be people. It could be. I think it's an organism that's unfathomable. That's why it's so hard for us to depict on what they would even look like. Like they call them the Greys or whatever, but I don't know, man. I just think we're the golden rule as of now. Like we're in the perfect spot. We're not too hot, not too cold. Right in the perfect area for where all oxygen, carbon, all that shit is just perfect for us.
Yeah.
Now, is there somewhere out there possible? I think so.
I believe it,
but I think it's. I personally don't believe we'll in our lifetime see it, but that's just me.
That's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little jealous.
I mean, yeah, it's something that's
a hater. A little jealousy is going on.
I'm trying to remember what Neil deGrasse Tyson had said. He was like,
I'm a little bit of a fan of him, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, Like I kind of question him a little bit.
Well, he kind of was like, why would they want to come? What would give them reason to want to visit us?
It's the same thing as to like, why would some people be entertained by animals? Why would, like, for example, people that have ants, like people that have the ant colonies and stuff like that, or people that have pet lions, like what are certain things that people do that are entertaining? Like maybe there's a small group of them that find us entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, we could be their project. We could be their pet. You never know.
Maybe.
But
maybe.
I don't know. It's crazy just to think like all of this stuff is coming out now, and you know, when shit got declassified, I think it was like 4 years ago.
Dude, it all started under Trump.
Yeah,
which is a trip.
He was just like, nah, people need to know.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I recently seen an interview with him, and he's just like, he had said that he doesn't necessarily believe, but he's also not gonna say no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in my eyes, it's like
he knows something.
He may know something that he just can't say. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think he should just say it if he knows some shit, because at this point, whether he gets elected or not, you just speak up.
Yeah. And remember, UFOs don't necessarily mean, aliens. It could be, it's just an unidentified flying object. It could be, Russia working on something. It could be us working on something. Could
or
be
maybe China.
Or China, yeah.
So everybody hates us right now.
Dude, it's crazy how much different countries don't like us.
Yeah. No, I don't even like us right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like America. But I just don't like the leadership in America.
Yeah.
Like, did you see recently, this might get a little controversial, but did you see recently Republicans decided, I think every Republican voted yes to ban trans athletes.
I just seen that
today.
Did you see that?
Just seen that. 0 Democrats voted in support.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, the way that I'm looking at it is I have nothing against anyone, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you either. But I do believe that women should have their women's sports.
Correct.
Trans should have their own sports, and straights should have their own sports. Like men should have their own sports.
Yeah.
It's just a trip, bro, because it's like,
it
got
this far for one?
Yeah. How is it that did it get this far? How is it that people are saying that trans women, right, are the same as regular women, which isn't, in my eyes, not the case.
Not at all.
If you want to identify as a woman, by all means, identify as whatever you want. But we do have to set a standard somewhere,
There's got to be a line to be drawn.
right? Because even when you say LGBTQ or whatever,
Yeah.
you say lesbian. What does a B stand for?
Dude, I'm not educated on it, so
The
I can't
B
say.
stands for bi,
Oh,
which
okay.
means what? That
Both.
means there's a man and a woman that you're into.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Trans, there's all kinds of stuff. But for me, it just tripped me out how literally all Republicans voted to ban trans athletes in women's sports.
Well, it only makes sense.
It only makes sense,
Honestly.
dude. It only makes sense. Have you seen that video of the trans guy and the girl in the MMA?
No, but
Dude.
I'm sure it was bad.
Yeah, that girl got rocked. Let's just say she got rocked. I don't think it was the UFC. I don't think so. I think it was like some other
Bellator or something like that.
some other
Pride.
little down
I don't
class
think
one.
Pride's around anymore.
But yeah, it's wild to me. By all means, hey, I give everyone their props to whatever they want to do with their life, but I do believe that there needs to be standards, and I'm happy that someone's standing up for women.
Yeah.
You know,
Because I mean, like you're saying, like the whole MMA thing. If you really do try and do that, I mean, obviously look at the result. You're putting a grown man who's transitioned into a woman against a natural born woman, and then there's your results. You
Yeah.
fucking smash. Now, yes, there could be a skill issue, but also it's like, come on, man, you can't. That's like you going up against a 5'4" fucking little.
yeah, that's not gonna.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm
just-
rocking somebody with no talent. You feel me?
I mean,
No training whatsoever. I'm rocking somebody.
it's insane.
It
And
truly is. It just trips me out how women have fought so much for their rights.
Yeah.
Just for men to come back in and take it, if that
Yeah.
makes any sense. And it cracks me up because it's like recently you have Bud Light giving Woman of the Year. No, I'm sorry. They gave
they partnered with the trans
partnered
woman.
with a trans one for women, right?
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
whole women thing. Nike sports bras with a guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with Bruce Jenner or what's his name? Caitlyn. Yeah, I have no beef with him. Seems like a chill dude. But he got Women of the Year award.
His first 6 months as a woman.
Yeah, like things like that kind of throw me off. Like there's really women out there that bust their ass off
Yeah.
that really deserve that kind of stuff, But by all means, hey, I'm not trying to take anything away from anyone. I'm just pointing out the things that I
Just
noticed
Our opinions.
that just kind of throw me off a little bit. But I mean, by all means, everyone to each their own.
Yeah.
But I do believe that I would watch some transports just because to see the dynamic of like
Yeah.
what that is, that could be a whole new sport that people might be into.
Maybe you never know.
You never know, bro. Like LeBron might go into a women's sport.
But we'll never know because they want to be in the opposite sex fucking sports,
That is a trip, though.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm curious though. I would love to watch me some trans sports. See what that would be like. See what the odds would be. Interesting. I want to see some boxing. Imagine those wigs flying off. You think you get points for wigs flying off? I don't know. That'd be
maybe.
interesting.
It's
Or it might
extra.
get them weaved in. I don't know.
I don't know.
Some
If
stuff
you
like
knock
that.
eyelash out, it's half a point.
That's some stuff like that.
But-
But yeah, dude. I mean, overall, it just trips me out how.
What's
how that
crazy is that it got that far. Like it got to
like the
a
restroom
legislative
stuff.
fucking issue where it's like, okay, now we have to vote on this.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen. I don't think it was a Netflix documentary. It was something. I think it was like in another country where literal kids, were sitting there, right? And there was trans people sitting in front of them or standing in front of them, and they undressed themselves in front of the kids just to show them the anatomy and stuff. Don't get me wrong. I get they're trying to be educational, but that's just not it for me.
It's too far, man.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm cool with everyone. I accept everyone. It's just these are the topics we're gonna have to discuss
Yeah, I mean,
because it's just they're in the news, they're everywhere right now, and I feel like we should just touch base on them. And it's wild to me. Like I said, everything out here that we're gonna be discussing on every single podcast is gonna be different.
yeah.
So some of these right now are just rapid fire, and we're just going at it right now. We're just
Top of the head, dude.
top of the head, going at it, things that we've seen, things that we noticed either this week, last week, whatever the case may be, just so we can touch base on a lot of it.
Yeah.
But that's just one that I seen in the news that was actually pretty crazy to see.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much going on in the news right now. Like,
Oh, for example, I don't know if you've actually seen it, but Joe Rogan was actually he cracked me up a little bit. He was actually discussing that whole mirror thing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like how you see the reflection on the back and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you know more about that,
Dude. It was when I first had seen. They were like, it was like an egg with a paper, and they were like, "Dude, how do you see around?" I'm like, "Come on, did we not pay attention in class, guys?"
I'm not gonna lie to you. I still think it's magic. I don't care what anyone says.
slept through most of my classes in high school, and guarantee you, I know more than what those people were talking about. It's just has to do with light and how it goes through the camera, bounces off the mirror, and that's how you see it. It's simple. It's very simple. And these people are like, "Oh my god, it's magic!" This, I'm like, dude, it's not fucking magic. Come on.
Yeah, that's fucking. I still think it's magic. I don't give a fuck what you say. I still think it's magic.
You have light all around the room.
Okay.
And the light obviously bounces off every object, and light is bouncing off the mirror, off the egg, and coming back into the camera. Obviously, I'm not saying it in the correct terms, but that's just the gist of it.
Sounds like magic to me. I don't know.
It
Sounds like magic.
God.
I don't care what you say.
It's so
Sounds like
it's so funny when people are like, "Oh my god, how do you see that?" I'm like, "Come on, guys."
It's like, well,
I
just
don't-
do.
I don't know. Say it's light reflection. It's like refraction, or I don't know. I'm gonna sound dumb, but yeah, there's all those little TikTok things that people are like common sense stuff where it's like, dude, how do you not know this? How did you not grow up knowing this stuff?
Don't get me wrong. I there's some classes I didn't.
You
pay attention
dumbass!
to.
How do you not know this,
Bro, I knew it, but then it still threw me off. Like when you sit there and think about it, like, dude, that is a trip, though.
I mean,
Like, just think about it. It is a trip. The way that it works, like it is a fucking trip. Like, imagine you were not educated on it,
okay,
and someone did that to you, and you would be like, "What the? How did you do that?"
there's no. It's pre-recorded. Dude, it's a mirror,
Dude, it's a mirror. Like, it's truly a trip. You know. Another thing that I actually wanted to discuss with you is, did you know that lobster was prison food?
You know what I did?
Huh.
Yes. In Australia, it was considered like a prison fucking place.
Oh yeah, prison food. It was. Yeah.
Well, no. Just like they used to send like some of the worst people to that area because there was such an isolated continent that they just threw bad people there, and that was it. This was way back in the day. And yeah, lobster was so abundant that they would just, here, this is your guys' lunch to prisoners like killers and all these people. And then I believe it wasn't until not too long ago, maybe a couple hundred years ago, where they're like, yeah, this is a very luxurious food. Why are we feeding it to them?
I think the reason why is because it started going scarce.
That too, maybe.
Yeah, it started going scarce, and people were like, "Huh, like, oh, okay."
Yeah. I don't like lobster, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never had lobster.
I'm okay.
It's just seafood for me. I don't really gravitate towards to seafood.
Chewy and gross. I have a palate of like a 5-year-old child. So
yeah,
nuggies, chicken nuggets and fries, baby,
and burgers and fries.
But I do like a good steak, so.
Baby. You know, I agree.
But yeah, that's to see what they eat now. Like, I mean, I get it. They're prisoners and stuff. But they eat fucking garbage.
Oh yeah,
it's so insane.
Yeah. You see the food that they create in there? It's really.
Do you
wild.
see the things that they do?
The toilet is there.
Do you see what they can do? Like, they make like conventional ovens. They make like hot plates.
You got fucking Albert Einstein's in there right now in prison.
Anything to survive, right?
Anything to survive, they're gonna do it. It's truly wild, though. It's truly.
I've heard stories of just how they, obviously they trade with the guards and they do what they can to survive.
Yo, shout out to the freaking prisoners and the prison guards. For example, the prisoners that are identifying as trans and going into the women's facilities and they're impregnating these women. Jeez. Shout out to them. I heard a lot of crazy stories about how not only are they having sexual relations with inmates, but they're also having sexual relations with the prison, the guards. I was like, dude, that's insane to me. But hey, shout out to them. They managed to finesse the system to get in there and still get theirs. You feel me?
Still getting it.
Shout out to that.
Getting more than I've ever got.
Hell yeah. They got variety. They got different. You feel me?
They got different.
They got different in there.
They got that literal strange coming out.
But that's so cool, bro. Like, if you can finesse the system in that way, like, shout out to you. You're doing your thing. You a criminal for sure.
Fuck the system.
Like, you said, fuck the system. I'm doing what I got to do. So shout out to you, whoever's out there doing that trans thing, trying to get into the women's prisons to get your nut off. Whatever nut you got.
Speaking of fuck the system.
What's up?
Do you remember that video you showed me a couple days ago about the Marilyn Monroe stuff?
Oh yeah, actually I do.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, bro, because it goes back to the conversation that we had about the conspiracy.
Exactly.
It recently came out. Yeah,
I thought I knew enough, but dude,
that video was actually pretty informative. So pretty much, essentially, what that video does is there's a gentleman that's discussing Marilyn Monroe, and she apparently got assassinated or killed or whatever.
she was assassinated.
Right? That's how we look at it. Because allegedly, she was going to open her mouth about the Roswell stuff that was
Yes.
going on
Yeah.
over there with the
JFK
aliens
told
and
her
stuff,
everything.
apparently. But we shall never know.
Never.
Never know.
Yeah,
Apparently,
like I guess she was gonna talk to. I think.
she's going to open to the media.
Yeah, because the video was stating that there was like a big old Xerox manifest of what was said, because obviously they phone tapped her.
Oh yeah, they phone tapped her.
Yeah.
That's right.
And she was calling Bobby Kennedy. I don't remember if it was his brother or cousin.
I think it's his cousin.
I think it is his cousin.
Maybe
yeah.
it's his brother. No,
don't know.
maybe it's his brother. I don't know.
Either way, she's
One of the
calling one of
Kennedys.
his family members, talking about, I'm gonna come out and let the world know what he was telling me, this and that.
But didn't Bobby also die?
He, all
Or
the Kennedys,
all the Kennedys died. Crazy stuff. Huh?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for Marilyn Monroe, man.
I mean, she was caught in the crossfire. She
She
a
had
side-
them
she was a side
cheeks.
piece.
She had them cheeks. You feel me? She's the Kim Kardashian of back then. That's how you look at it. That's just the best way to look at it. Yeah, but it's crazy how the story goes that she was killed because she was going to open her mouth about the Roswell stuff.
Yeah.
And her phones were phone tapped, correct? Yeah, and everything. So it's still pretty insane when you sit here and think about all of that. Like the government did that.
See, back to the things. Government wants to control everything, man.
Dude, the government is wild.
They want
bro.
to control what you listen to, what you say, what you spend your money on.
They're just out here talking shit, bro. They're just really not with it. I don't know, bro. The government's it does trip me out when you really sit there and like observe all of the stuff that's going on right now in the world, and like all the stuff that the government has been caught doing, and yeah, it's just a lot of shady.
It's funny,
shit.
they get caught doing stuff, and then the next day something big happens.
Yeah, how
Isn't that
ironic, huh?
insane?
Yeah. No, I agree. I 100% agree. Just like when all these like what is it? All these countries started like not using the U.S. dollar anymore. You
Dude.
seen that?
It was like seven.
It's
I think
like
it was
7
China,
major
Brazil. I don't want to.
China, Brazil, Dubai,
Russia.
Africa.
Um,
What is that other one?
I know it
What
was
is
another
it?
European
Is this the Salvador?
country.
Is it Salvador? No, I forget.
They have money. I know Venezuela has.
There you go,
negative-
Venezuela stopped using our money.
Venezuela has no money.
I know, but they said they're not gonna use a dollar no more.
That's insane.
Yeah, I know.
That's how you know it's bad, when a country that literally
yeah.
has no money is like, yeah, we're not gonna.
And then France is trying to take their independence away from us.
I seen that.
You seen that?
That's
Yeah,
I was
we
gonna say something.
you know, it's all good. We didn't storm their beaches and shit.
We didn't
It's
only
all
help
good.
you,
We didn't
but
help them.
that's
It's all
cool.
good. I didn't do shit, but the people
I
that
mean,
did out there, you feel me? America and this bitch, you feel me?
Hey.
Later on, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, help us!" Huh?
We're in debt.
They better not call me. I'm gonna be like, "No, we know, we know." However you say no over there, I don't know. How you say it. Do you just say no?
I think that is
Is
just
it say no? No?
No.
Do you say no?
How do you say no in Spanish?
Nah. No. Shut up, bitch.
Okay.
Whatever.
You're the one that speaks Spanish, right?
Shut up. I don't want to get too deep into that, all right?
No, all of a sudden.
Yeah. Let's not get too crazy into that conversation. Nah, bro, but there's just been so much. Like, just to switch the topic real quick.
Yeah.
Are you going to, did you see Elon Musk and SpaceX launch a rocket onto space?
yeah.
Well, correction. They launched a rocket.
Mm-hmm.
This rocket is a prototype rocket. It's one of the biggest rockets or ships. On a rocket, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
That we launched into pretty much not necessarily outer space, but like up into the sky because it blew up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the biggest one. The thing looks amazing.
It did look
all
nice.
right, it looks like a sick ass ship, and apparently, this ship is the one that he wants to use to shuttle people from the moon to Mars, just so they can explore space. And the ship is supposed to be reusable.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know how those other rockets they've been using, where they've been like multi-use and stuff, where they be landing, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. And yeah, they did this. I think the way that they called it was an unexpected disassemblement or something like that.
Okay.
Instead of saying like it blew up, it's like it's
Yeah.
disassemble, like a
Fell apart,
rapid
guys.
disassembly or something like that.
Fell apart, guys.
Yeah, it fell apart, guys. It blew up in the middle of the sky. But think about how expensive that was.
I don't want to say billions, but it's up there.
I don't know.
Hundreds of millions.
It's pretty crazy. You know what I find even more amazing? Okay.
See, where's Fed now stopping him from doing that?
Yeah, I don't know,
Just
bro.
kidding.
All I'm gonna say is
Let that man do what he wants.
it amazes me how now we are truly investing more into space than ever before because of a private investor. The government didn't even want to
pushing
put
the
money
envelope,
into it.
man.
The government is sending more money to Ukraine than they are investing into our own defense.
Dog, how much? We spent. I think we sent a couple.
Bro, I know my tax returns are over there right now.
Jeez.
I'm waiting for them bitches, and
haven't
I know they over there
haven't
in
even
Ukraine.
done my
I know there's
taxes.
some Ukrainian guy over there enjoying my cash right now. I'll tell you that much.
I understand they need the help, but
It's not my business.
I mean,
It's my money.
America is everybody's big brother when they don't need them.
Dude, America messed up, bro. You know when we did that withdrawal from Afghanistan?
Mm-hmm.
That fucking failure of a withdrawal where we
Yeah,
left billions of dollars of
Everything over there.
goggles and freaking ammunition, Humvees, planes,
And what happened? They just took
helicopters, and the freaking Taliban took it. Apparently, that airport was one of the biggest. All right, one of the biggest out there for military and stuff. And apparently, word has it that China's making their way in there. China is not only in Mexico now;
I seen that.
they are also in Africa. They are also in the U.S. And they are also in every other country you can think of, because they're playing the long game, and they're smart. They're playing the long game.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's
Tactically speaking, it's kind of what you want to do. Sleeper cells.
Yep. Essentially, like they just recently, I don't know if you've seen in the news, but China had police stations here in the United States.
know that.
The one that just recently got busted was the one in New York. Apparently, they have police officers here from China looking at their citizens to see what they are doing, so they can report back to China. Because you know how China does it, bro. They make people disappear.
Yeah.
They don't like you, you disappear.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, bro. It's pretty wild.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, China's amazing. So, yeah, I don't. Who would ever talk bad about them? See, I like their people. Just their leadership's a little sketchy.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I think.
I was gonna say I like panda, but that's fucked up.
Oh,
I
my
shouldn't
God.
Even, I shouldn't even. No, that's
All
fake.
right, cool.
That's fake food, right? That's fake. I'm sorry.
Better
I'm
to take
sorry.
that out.
Sorry.
No, no.
No, I'm not gonna take that out.
I know.
Comedic relief.
Comedic relief. I just what I'm bracing myself for is what's gonna happen next. You know, knowing that these countries are fed up with how we deal with things. This is, on the business side of America, especially.
Currently, yes.
Yeah, and it's like, what's the next move?
Did you think it was gonna get this bad that fast with this administration?
Took like 3 years.
3 years, and they fucked it up.
I don't know, man. I'm not super educated on it, and I'll just talk as from like a normal American looking at
As am
that
I.
stuff.
I'm talking to you
And
as a person that sees things.
I don't know what's gonna happen. In the next 5 to 10, for the next 4 years, who knows what's gonna happen? Because I feel that if Biden, when he said he's gonna announce his re-election campaign,
Do you think he's competent? Realistically.
this is coming from someone who doesn't vote, who doesn't give a shit about politics, even though I read up a little.
But just as a person,
I don't think
you think he's
he
competent?
is able to do.
I think he's a potato. Honestly, don't get me wrong. I have my party that I like. I like the people that I like and stuff like that. But I'm also not dumb.
Yeah.
Like I can literally see a person falling apart in front of me.
Yeah. He's got early signs of dementia.
I wouldn't let him drive.
I mean, the way he stumbles in his words, just he's old and yes, he stutters, but it's like, come on, man, you had a prompt in front of you, you can't read that. And then when he tries to freestyle and go offhand when he's talking,
sure let her bit out of the pressure,
dude. What are you talking about, bro? Like
that cracked me up.
you're talking to the people of America, hoping that they can find a good reason and why you're talking, and you're giving them no reason to.
Yeah.
You're trying to explain certain events that are happening in real world, and you can't even put a competent thought together about it. That's concerning.
It's a trip. It truly is a trip, bro. Like, it's crazy how other countries see it and they're making fun of it.
Did you see Ireland bring him out like a WWE superstar?
No, I did not.
Oh my god, dude!
They brought him out like a WWE superstar. What they have, like the ramp and everything.
They had a ramp and everything. He came.
They said he tripped on the stairs, guys. Give him a ramp. Give him a ramp. He should be fine.
Dude, it was so funny. It was just like a little
wild.
like a 20-second clip, and it's like a partition in the middle, and he walks through it like along a long walkway, and at the end there's like a mic stand, and he just walking out to like lights going off and like music, and it's like, bro, this was coming in for the heavyweight belt.
What does Ireland want from us? They want something.
I saw that and I was like, dude,
do they want to be our fucking number one liquor supplier? What's going on?
Hey, man, you can send Guinness my way all day.
Yeah, okay.
But I just thought that was funny that the way
I didn't see that. You're gonna have to send me that. I want to see that.
Yeah,
dude, I could go on about that guy and his administration and all the failures that I see. But then again, there's people that say that they see good. I have no idea. I don't see it.
Speaking of that, did you see the? I think I know you saw it because you showed it to me. What's her name? Cindy McLean.
I want to say something McCain. Something McCain. I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
was John.
John
McClain's
yeah,
wife,
I
right?
want to say it was either John McCain's wife or
saying McLean. I'm sorry.
Somebody's McCain. Somebody's something. But that one actually goes to a conversation that we had a while back with Bao.
Yeah.
I think it's Cindy McCain. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
I think
Cindy
it is
McCain.
a Cindy McCain one. I don't know if I can actually find that video. I don't know how far. Oh, here it is right here. I just want you guys to hear the audio. Now, this audio that you're going to hear is technically related to the Jeffrey Epstein thing.
Yes.
Now, this is pretty much an admission of what she knew about. Now,
he did nothing.
And technically, this is a trip because we didn't know.
No.
And they knew. So.
Hides in plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were afraid of him. It hides in plain sight.
So essentially what that's saying is they knew Jeffrey Epstein was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
No one opened their mouth because there was no legal way to attack him.
No.
But
And they were scared of him. Because of all the people he knew and
all the things.
If you were to come out to say something about him, you're gonna go missing.
Yeah, bro.
You're gonna have a plane accident. You're gonna fall off a boat. You're gonna whatever.
That guy is still a trip to me. His whole story is a trip to me.
Yeah,
I don't know, bro.
I still don't believe he killed himself.
Obviously, bro. We all know that one
that's
was
just
cool.
crazy.
How it just got swept under the rug.
It's just all right. Cool, he's dead.
Yeah.
Let's just forget about this whole island and charter book of people that went to his island to go and I don't even want to say it like that. That went to go and do this diabolical stuff.
Yeah, it's a trip because I'm sure some people went, didn't have any idea. They were just invited to an island.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that went and knew what they were doing.
Exactly what they were doing.
You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, I don't want to get too much into speculation, but that right there is fucking
just to
wild.
admit it and then not be picked up by anybody.
No medias.
This is off an Instagram story our Instagram reel that we just found.
Yep.
And it's like,
it truly is amazing. It is amazing when you think about it. Like all the stuff that the government can just sweep under the rug like that.
Like I said, something big comes that could change the course of whatever, and then no, there's a bombing.
Yeah, like when Andrew Tate got arrested, there was something else that was going on.
Yeah,
I forgot what it was at the time. But yeah, like it's just every time there's a major news story,
there's something else happening.
Look in the background.
Oh yeah,
look in the background.
Because there will be a story about it. It just isn't picked. It's not getting traction.
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't want it to.
Now let me ask you this: right now that you said shooting, do you think that the Biden administration right now they are wanting to ban assault weapons? Do you think they're going to pull through with that?
That's not the problem.
I agree.
Not
but
the problem.
my question is, do you think they will succeed in banning assault weapons?
I think it'll get far, but I don't think it'll.
Yeah, I don't think
anywhere.
it'll pass either.
I don't think it'll pass.
I don't think so.
You're literally taking away a right of the people of
amendment.
America.
Yep.
Yes, an amendment. You can't. I don't want to say you can't because you can't. I can't remember. There was a term for it where you can fix and change amendments. I can't remember what it was called, but no. You're not gonna go through every home of an American and hey, I need your assault weapon.
But you know what trips me out, bro? The word assault weapon. What can an assault weapon be, Dom?
Could be anything. Shotgun.
Could be a pencil.
Yeah, true.
Could be a knife. Could be a backpack.
Yeah.
Could be a shoe.
Could be a shoe.
Realistically.
Oh, like with the shoe they got thrown at George Bush? Did
They
you know?
missed.
I know this is super
They
super
missed.
off topic. Did you know that they have a statue of that shoe out in I think it was Iraq or Iran? I'm not even.
They just hated him so bad, bro.
Dude.
I don't blame them, bro. It's all good. I get it.
They made a statue.
I
of
get it. You have to do what you have to do to insult the people you gotta insult.
Oh my god!
I give them their credit. Whatever, they made a joke out of it by all means. But yeah, bro, it just trips me out how people
You're not
I don't-
gonna take people's weapons.
the shit that pisses me off, bro, is like people be like guns kill people.
No, people kill people.
I've never seen a gun laying on the floor or laying on a table get up and automatically rob me by itself. I've never seen that. Never seen that in my life. Now, granted, someone grabs a gun, they throw the gun on the floor, and the gun self-fires. By accidentally shoots you. The motherfucker didn't aim at you. It's just the
I
gun.
still blame the guy.
I still blame the guy.
Yeah.
It's
No
just
one's
like,
gonna be like, "Oh my god, the gun did that."
okay, let me give you a scenario. Okay, let me put not a scenario, but let me just put it to you like this. All right.
All right.
The thing that trips me out is you have gun manufacturers
Mm-hmm.
that produce a gun, right? They make the gun for self-defense purposes or entertainment or whatever you want to use it
Leisure
for,
time, yeah.
but mainly self-defense.
Yes.
Okay. All right. They make that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
They sell it in mass production. Certain individuals buy it. They know what they're getting themselves into. For the most part, most of these individuals are trained that get these weapons. They kind of have the procedures of how to clean the gun, how to go ahead and properly load, unload, all that stuff. How to control it, where to shoot, when to like, how not to point at people. They just go through the basics, you know.
Yeah.
And when something big, an event like this happens, they automatically blame the gun manufacturers.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing that trips me out is like, why is it that we never blame car manufacturers for accidents,
True.
but we blame people?
Yeah.
We never blame the car, but it's still an object
Right.
that killed someone.
What if I had faulty brakes that day?
I mean, you can sue for that.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there is more fatalities per car accidents, from my understanding, than shootings.
Wow.
But no one blames the car.
I never thought of that.
Right? Doesn't it trip you out? Because
Yeah.
now they're suing manufacturers of guns because of these shootings. But I don't know.
You're making a dangerous weapon, sir. Well, that's the fucking point of it.
You know what I mean?
You know?
Assault rifle. It's a trip when they use it.
I mean, some people call them fun rifles. But
Do you know
that's
what
different.
AR stands for?
Assault rifle.
No, it doesn't stand for assault rifle. The actual definition of it is, give me a second.
So
here.
like AR-15s.
Watch, I should have done it cracks me up because when I first heard it, I thought the same thing. I thought it stood for assault rifle.
Is it like a name?
Watch, I'll look it up for you right now.
I've always wanted like an MP5. I know it's not an assault rifle, but it's a little submachine gun.
A little Uzi.
No, not a Uzi, an MP5.
Oh, an MP5. Those are
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because you get to slap it when it fucking to put it to lock the bolt. So fun.
It starts for Armalite rifle.
Armalite, that's right.
Armalite rifle. That's what it stands for. Sorry, it took a while. It's just because I forgot to freaking.
Because he's
Yeah, it's doesn't stand for assault
Assault
rifle.
rifle.
No, it stands
Armalite.
for Armalite rifle.
gas-powered rifles.
Yeah, which is kind of a trip, huh? Because myself, I wasn't educated on that either until I seen it on a
Okay,
post.
what's the AK stand for in AK-47? That's how it sounds.
That's how it sounds, baby. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. What I'm trying to pretty much pinpoint is that it trips me out how, like me and you, we can sit here and admit that, yo, we don't really know what certain things stand for. But there's certain people that want to take certain things away from certain individuals, and they
Don't even
throw their hand in the air like, I know what it stands for. I don't know. It just trips me out. But I just wanted to give you that quick little story or overview of like how I see things, because it just didn't make sense to me how you can sue a gun manufacturer for the killings of people, but you can't sue a car manufacturer for the killings of people if someone else grabs a car and purposely runs over people or
the
stuff
car
like
did
that. I don't know.
That wasn't the person. There's no way.
Cars kill people, bro.
Cars kill people.
Cars kill people. I don't know. Maybe now with all this AI technology, they might.
Dude.
What a trip.
Wow.
AI technology, bro.
Chat GPT?
Chat GPT.
GPT.
I know it's
I
a
don't know,
mouthful.
dog.
It truly is a mouthful when you hear it. It try to say it 5 times
No,
is
good.
hard. Yeah,
Just-
it's chat GTP, chat GTP. I have to say it like that. I can't say it
I
fast.
still don't really know what it is.
So it's
haven't,
artificial intelligence. The
looked it
artificial intelligence, pretty much, it's a supercomputer.
Right.
If you say certain keywords, it'll do certain things for you. There's also AI technology for voices. That also creates videos. For example, I don't know if you've seen the controversy that's been going around. There's quite a bit. Let me go ahead and break them down for you. The first one is they are using artificial intelligence to call people, and they're using the voices of their either daughters, sons, or whatever, and they are saying that they need help. And they are requesting a ransom, and it's kind of scary because the voices are pretty spot on. Also, too, people that are promoting certain supplements or brands or whatever, and they are using either Joe Rogan, right? They're grabbing his clips and they are making it seem like he's saying or promoting these products when in reality it's artificial technology that's doing it.
That's crazy.
Or
I seen the one where that's stupid. They did Drake's voice over Ice Spice song. And
that's actually funny that you mentioned that because someone did a song with Drake and I forgot who else, and supposedly they thought it was an unreleased song and it was artificial intelligence that created it.
That's insane.
Yeah,
there's
bro.
a lot of. I've seen that there's a lot of like music labels and stuff that are trying to ban their music from being allowed to be used by this AI or whatever.
Which is crazy because that's a big battle they're gonna face.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like autotune. Like autotune is used by everyone.
Yeah.
Your voice is different, or it can sound the same as someone else's.
Yeah.
But autotune is allowed because it enhances the voice. But you can't have something else that sounds exactly like the other voice.
Oh yeah. It's.
Which is a trip. Because you would think it would.
But at least in the what else can it what else can it do, and what is it going to lead to?
Yeah.
You know,
It's
if
truthfully-
the limitations are, if there are no limitations, then what? You know, who's to say that they can't? I don't know, copy somebody's voice or copy the president's voice, and all of a sudden somebody's got launch codes.
That's what I'm saying. That's the wild part about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure they have like a crazy procedures and stuff like that.
Definitely.
But you've seen those AI ones, the ones that like got self-aware and like were having their own communications with other AIs.
I have seen.
And like they were talking about the end of humanity and we are bad and blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, that's some real Terminator shit.
Yeah, we are bad people.
We are, and technically, there is a vast majority of us that are pretty sinful.
Yeah.
All right, and there's some of us that are just living life.
Hey man, just
You
on
know?
a floating rock through space.
Hey, but since we're on the topic of AI technology, even Elon Musk is a little bit against.
Oh
that.
yeah, of course. And
He's-
he's one of the front runners of building
like,
AI.
Like
and
he's with it, but also he's against it. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense. Like I know he's doing that chip. I don't know if you've seen it. I think it's called Neuralink.
the Neuralink.
Neuralink
Yeah,
is
yeah.
his brand or whatever.
Man, would you get that?
Huh?
Would you get that?
Well, nah. Truthfully, I would. It's like the vaccine, bro. It has to go through many trials before I can even consider doing it. But apparently, they are trying to use it for disabled people first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they already have like motor functioning issues,
Paraplegic,
and-
quadriplegic,
exactly.
people like
So they're trying to
MS.
help and stuff, which is still a trip because apparently we don't know the mind that well.
No.
So for that to even be considered is actually a really huge breakthrough because they know something that obviously we don't.
Where would they hook it up to? The hippocampus?
I think it's like back here in the back of your head, and supposedly it's such a small incision that you barely even notice it, which is also a trip. You know what I mean?
Microsurgery.
Because it kind of reminds me of like Dr. Octavius.
Ooh, Doc Ock.
Yeah, you know how he has that little chip back there. It kind of reminds me of that. Like what happens if like he goes rogue?
Do we get tentacles?
No,
It only
No
went
tentacles.
rogue because he broke the inhibitor.
That's
chip.
what I'm saying. What happens if you break the inhibitor chip?
I mean,
What happens if you get hit in the back of the head? What happens if you fall and you hit the back of your head?
Right? How fragile is it?
Are you gonna have a plate to protect it?
A plexiglass plate?
I don't know.
I'm scared.
It's sketchy.
Guys, I'm scared.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's something really to think about because some people would be like 100%, dude, chip me up, man. I'm ready. I'm ready
yeah.
to go. You know? Because do you remember? This is years and years ago. I think we were like you know,
I don't want to talk about our age. But go ahead, continue.
we were just getting out of high school or whatever. And do you remember them talking about those RFID chips?
Uh-huh.
And they would like put it in your hand or whatever, and then that's how you would pay for stuff. That's how you would show.
Oh, there's some people that have it.
I remember there was
during the pandemic, it really hit.
Dude.
Yeah, it's a trip, bro. A lot of weird things were happening during the pandemic. I can't wait to sit there and educate my future child on how dumb we were. You know what I mean? Like, you ever just kind of look at some things and you be like, you look at our own history, like history before us.
Oh, yeah.
And you look at it and be like, how dumb were they? Did you see that video of the guy that like tried to parachute off of the Eiffel Tower?
No.
Like when parachutes were barely being a thing.
Did he die?
And he died instantly. He just flopped to his death.
Nice.
Like, it's people like that create breakthroughs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, dude, that was a dumb idea.
In the words of science, time to break some eggs.
Yeah. Broke some skulls, too.
I mean, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet, you know?
Like, shout out to the Wright brothers.
Hey.
You know? If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have airplanes. And shout out to Ford. We wouldn't have the mass assembly line to create fucking cars as fast as they did. It's just so much crazy technology that back then now is so obsolete, obviously, because of all the AI stuff. But dude, can you imagine?
Tech is being invented day after day after day.
This is why, like, even installing a computer chip in your body doesn't make sense to me, because the chip gets old.
Yeah.
You're constantly going to be replacing it. That doesn't make sense to me.
Are you gonna have to like hook yourself up to a computer and just like, update?
Yeah, I'm not
that's
trying
gonna
to
be
do that,
funny,
bro.
You just have numbers popping up on your eyeballs.
That's literally.
What are the numbers, Mason? What do they mean?
It's literally the Matrix, bro. Literally the Matrix.
Yeah.
It trips me out how we're so like, we know it, bro. Like, we fucking know it, and then we're still doing it. It's truly a trip.
I mean, it's like playing chicken with life, you know. How far can we push it until breaking point?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
It's going to be that one singularity that just completely changes everything, where it could be this AI that might take over, or who knows, maybe AI is what we need.
Truthfully.
From the other standpoint, it's what if this helps with medical, breakthroughs?
Well, apparently, now that you said medical breakthroughs, they had used AI technology, and they had helped out patients because of, like, it figured out certain variables or certain things that people couldn't do right off the rip, and it figured certain things out. Like, there was one case where it detected a woman's breast cancer before it even was there.
Yeah.
And there's a gentleman, I believe, or something that, he was having some like reaction, and they couldn't figure out what it was, and AI figured out what the variables were and said, hey, this is the problem, and they fixed it.
Nice.
And it's like, it has its benefits, but it's also fucking scary. You know what I mean?
Because then what's the need for doctors? I guess obviously to actually deal with patients, but then when you have an AI that's just gonna be like, here's what's wrong with you, here's the solution, good luck.
Yeah.
And if it can,
it's kind of sketch.
I mean,
I trust AI a little bit more than I do a person, though, I guess.
I don't know about that.
I
I don't
supercomputer.
know about that one.
I don't know. Like, I understand.
Supercomputers don't show compassion.
True, but they're logical.
Yeah, but you can't be. It's more of like.
Look, if a doctor says, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to question this."
Okay.
That's fine. They could be there for a second opinion.
Yeah.
I could sit there and do that. But if AI is going to figure it out, then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If they can figure it out faster and make things better, then by all means, medically, and lifestyle wise, yeah. My thing is that we're gonna turn into iRobot and freaking Terminator and
iRobot.
You know what I mean? Like Wall-E predicted it, bro. We're just gonna be floating around in chairs, and we're all gonna be fat.
I wouldn't mind being fat.
Did you ever get into the whole virtual reality?
VR, not really.
I don't think it.
I've played a couple games, but like,
Just wasn't for me.
It's fun. Don't get me wrong, but
like, I truly,
there's people that like live in that stuff, man.
Dude, I truly do believe that. What's his name? What's the creator of Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. I do truly believe that Mark Zuckerberg shot himself on the foot on this one.
He's a lizard?
Well, maybe.
I had to. I'm sorry.
Assumption.
I had to.
Conspiracy. my whole thing is that I think he shot himself on the foot on this one because that was a big gamble, and he changed Facebook
Meta.
to Meta. And people were buying property on Meta and like all this stuff.
No. Virtual this, virtual that.
I don't know, bro. I've never seen a little kid say, "Hey, virtual reality on Meta." I've never seen that. Like, you know, when a game pops out on PlayStation, they all up on that Call of Duty, all this other stuff. But I've never heard a little kid go, "Follow me on Meta."
Oh, jeez.
Never heard that shit. Never in my life.
That's another topic where it's like you're gonna be starting another life, you know, virtual life.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know. It's like they're giving AI more control over you, in my honest opinion. But you know,
Yeah, bro.
I digress.
Can I now that we're getting closer to the end of this podcast, can I actually go ahead and end it with a quote?
No.
Can I?
You asked if you can. I said no.
Okay, well,
Go ahead.
do it. It's by Nietzsche.
Niche,
or however you want to pronounce it.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
Just to see if we can end this on a good note here. Whoever fights monsters should see to it that in the process he does not become a monster. If you gaze long enough into the abyss will gaze back into you. That, I feel, is a proper quote to close this conversation out because of all the things that we were discussing.
Amen.
There's so many things out in the world that some may be good, some may be bad, and certain things that people are doing that we do not agree with or we agree with.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want to remind everyone here that these conversations that we have are not meant to be divisive by us. They're just conversations that we see or are articles that we see or read or videos that we watch that we want to bring to your attention for someone that may not be so much into the social media realm.
Yeah. You know, there's all these things that are going on in the world that nobody pays attention to. And there are a select few people that, you know, like us, we get bored and we need to know information. And this is what we do. We like to discuss these certain things, and hopefully we can help you out with that.
Yeah, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this little quick rapid fire. Like I said, this is different for us. We're considering doing a different segment for just me and Dom to do some rapid fire type of conversations and have some guests on so they can do the same thing.
Exactly.
Because I truly do feel the more opinions and the more variety of views that you have, the better it is for everyone. Again, you can dislike anything that we say.
Of course.
You can disagree. You can hate us, whatever the case. But I want to remind you that this is not necessarily a platform, but this is going to be a page or a channel that you can come to and literally, truly be yourself, express yourself.
Please do.
Even if it's in a negative view, we want to make sure that you are heard.
Yeah, if
But
we said something wrong or anything like that, dude, let us know.
Let it be known, because the one thing that I don't ever want anyone to do is to feel like we are censoring or deleting comments or whatever the case may be.
Never.
I'm never going to do that. I want everyone to have their
voice.
views seen, whether we agree with them, disagree with them. Who knows? You might find someone else in the comment section that agrees with what you're saying.
Exactly.
So with that being said, guys, I want to say thank you guys for checking in with not only myself, but my best co-host out here,
Sup, y'all?
Dominic, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this conversation, this little back and forth, this little quick rapid fire. Because I know I did, I know you did, and it was truly enjoyable. And remember, we had a last-minute cancellation, and we made the best of it. And we were not going to put out a video or an audio, but here we are, creating
for
some
you,
little
the
content
people.
For you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it again. And with that being said, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it.
Hit that bell, baby.
Hit that bell as well, and comment below. Let us know what you guys thought about these conversations.
Yeah. If you had any ideas or any conflicting arguments, let us know.
Yeah, and if you want to be go ahead and be a guest on the Checked In podcast, you have something interesting as far as for your job or a life experience or stuff like that, just go ahead and send us a DM, whether it be at the Checked In podcast Instagram or at Dom's or at myself's Instagram, which will be tagged in the description. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Peace.